Check. There we go. How's it going, everybody? Oh, I may need to turn that microphone down. How you guys doing? Just making sure all the streams and all the other places are working. Because right now, let's see, I got YouTube, Twitch. Twitch seems to be lagging a little bit, but that'll probably smooth itself out. I figured since things were start to get things rolling. Let me adjust this window here just a little bit so that I can see the stream a little better. Okay. Well, I will edit. And it was a really fun time. Whoop. Okay. The Facebook stream is back again. But yeah, I just got back from the Audio Feed Festival, and it was a really fun time. We had really great weather, really great performance. We ironed some things out with how things went with KCF, and that's mostly because we had a lot of factors that played into not being so tight. Some of it was that we had a new drummer that we had brought on, and it was just something that we needed to get used to working together. And there were some things that I needed to provide that would have made things a little easier, but it kind of required some trial and error. And we only had room for one rehearsal. And then I try to make sure that that also was something where KCF was the first time that we were actually using in-ear monitors. And so that took a little bit of adjustments in our preparation for that. So we ironed the bugs out in time for Audio Feed. And Mitchell, our drummer, we didn't had a chance to rehearse any time between KCF and Audio Feed. But I will say that we were way tighter this go around than KCF, and a lot of it is just, learning to work together and everything like that. But it was an exciting time, and like I said, we had great weather. We moved a good amount of merch. We saw some bands that we were really looking forward to seeing. Ones particularly that were on my list was like With Blood Comes Cleansing and Impending Doom. That was a lot of fun. And got to see 13 Minutes for the second time. And if you don't know who 13 Minutes is, I'd highly recommend checking them out. It expelled XIII minutes, for those of you wondering. And we hung out with some really awesome people and ended up really fostering some fun friendships going on and everything. So it was a lot of fun. Audio Feed was a great time, and it was really hard to come back, to be completely honest. It was a wonderful weekend followed up by, usually the Monday morning drag of going back to work. But that's how it is. And so that's enough of me rambling on about the weekend. I just had a wonderful time and wanted to share it with you guys real quick. That Christian Metalhead 202 started following me on Twitch. Thank you very, very much. I don't know if you're the one currently viewing because I'm not seeing the Twitch stats show that, but thank you for the follow. Checking some other stream destinations before I jump into it. All right, cool. So when last I left off on these weekly Monday night streams, I was working on a new song that I kind of had the start of an idea for, was really loving how it was going, and I wanted to keep that momentum going, and I figured I would put that into the Monday night streams. And for those of you who aren't aware, And for those of you who aren't aware, I mean, the streams are basically just me working on songs, production, writing, recording, mixing, mastering, kind of taking a song from beginning to end. And yeah, every now and again it might be something different, but it's mostly production videos. And I've been liking how this is going. It's writing is mostly fleshed out. I still need to work on some vocals, which is what you guys will see me working on here. I'll be finishing up writing the lyrics, and then I'll start moving everything around to get the mix the way that it properly should be. And this is also just an invitation and to, ask questions, make comments or whatever like that, get some conversation going. I mean, working on songs is fun, but this is really just an excuse to hang out with folks. So there we have it. So I'm going to, first I'm going to mute. I'm going to mute these vocal tracks, and I'll start them up again in just a moment. But I'll have the instrumental going so you guys who have heard or may have not heard can kind of hear what this is sounding like so far. Hold on a second. I think... Okay, let me try that one more time. I think the audio capture got turned off accidentally. There we go. So that's what Heavy Chains 3 is sounding like so far. And so what I'm going to do for this stream, I'm really 2/3 of the way there, and it's not going to take long to finish that. And then I'm going to get as many vocal takes in this hour and a half session that I can get. So what I've got so far, let me see if I can pull it up here. If I can't, then I mean I remember most of what I wrote. I don't know where the note's at. Well, let me, I'm going to start a new note here. It's not the window that's being captured, so you're not going to see this. But I'm just going to jot down my ideas real quick for reference. Okay, that's what it was. Give me just a second. Okay, so this is what I got so far in terms of lyrics. From the first verse going into the chorus, it says, broken needle, familiar evil, it never seems too far away. Never see it, tell me that I need it, destructive cravings come out to play. I see the bait plain in sight and the hook that's inside that the temptress has put in my way. I see her red glowing eyes in the shadows of my mind, and I'm wishing she would just go away. The chorus says, heavy chains, never, never just go away. Heavy chains, bringing my hell to pay. Heavy chains, breaking one of these days. Heavy chains, turning, and walk away. That's where it's at right now in terms of the lyrics. The big thing is I'm going to need to come up with a second verse. And depending on how well it's flowing, will determine if I just record and if I just record and go with it, or I finish writing and then recording. Hey, David, how you doing, man? David Pataconi on Facebook. How you doing, man? Hope you've been doing well. Been continuing to pray for you. Miss seeing you on the, miss seeing you at the festivals and everything. Just miss you in general. glad you're doing good, man. But yeah, this is the third installment in my addiction series. And so naturally, it's got a different angle taken on this topic. This is after Heavy Chains 2, where it talks about the low points of addiction recovery, where you got to pick yourself up and keep going after you messed up and you feel like you suck. And so Heavy Chains 3 is the fight song for getting up and pushing through again, even though it's tough. David says, how are you? Thank you. Miss you too. I'm doing well. I'm a little tired because I got back from audio feed yesterday, and I have just been like, we got back, and then it was a little bit of relaxation the rest of Sunday, and then it was right back to work the next day. So there hasn't quite been a day off, a day where I haven't been working, but getting to do things like perform a concert and everything, you know, those are that's where I have the most fun. So it was refreshing nonetheless. Let's see here. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to take a couple of minutes to try to jot down maybe some ideas for the second verse. Feel free to just throw something in the chat, say hi, ask a question or whatever like that as it's happening. I will definitely see it and respond. David says that's rough. Yeah, but that's how it had to go. I have all of my vacation time used up, or not necessarily used up, but everything is either used or reserved. So I'm just going to have to write it out. Let's see. I got my notes app open, so if it looks like I'm just clicking on nothing, that's what I'm doing. So let's see. Thinking out loud, I want to have a hopeful turn for the song in verse 2. So let's see. I don't know, I'm kind of drawing a blank, and I don't want you guys to just be bored watching me just sit here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is like, these are some draft recordings. I'm going to remove those. But I'm going to go ahead and record what I already have and go from there. All right, pardon me for just a second as I readjust. Let's see if I can also adjust the lighting some. Okay, that actually works out pretty well. I look like a ghost. Okay, that's not as bad. Let's see, I was trying to find an angle where it looked like it was working alongside the DAW stream, but it's not wanting to cooperate with me. Well, this will just have to do for now. So let's see. Okay, for some reason, the gain reduction plugin on that channel specifically is not working. It's very strange. Okay, we'll just go with that for now. Broken needle, familiar evil, it never seems to far away. Never see it, tell me that I need it. Destructive cravings come out to play. You need to raise this up a little bit. Almost there. I had dinner, just like, I mean, I had to eat, but I knew that was going to happen eventually. I was going to end up burping. I'm locking into it. Give me a moment. Samick! How you doing, Steven? Yo, how's life? It's going well, man, actually. I had a wonderful weekend at Audio Feed. Kind of back to business as usual, but it was a fun time. Thanks for praying for us to have safe travels and a good performance and all that other great stuff. Just a second. Okay. Let's hear how that last vocal take sounded.
Heavy chains, breaking one of these days. Breaking one of these days. Heavy chains, turn walk away.
Nope, too high. Glad you're doing good, man. How's life going for you? How's the job? Are you still tolerating it okay?
Breaking one of these days.
Too high, but I still attempted it. Well, and I probably could get it under normal circumstances, but I have not warmed up, unfortunately.
Heavy chains, turn and walk away.
One more time. Can you tolerate me here sounding terrible for just one more take?
Breaking one of these days. Heavy chains, turn and walk away. Heavy chains, turn and walk away.
Yeah, no. That's also going to be a winch to perform live if it's already at the top of my range. So I'm going to opt to not do that. Well, let's see. So turn it. Heavy chains. Turn it and walk away. Turn it and walk away. I mean, just repeating how the second half goes through probably will be good enough. Let's try it out.
Breaking one of these days. Heavy chains, turn and walk away.
It has a sense of finality to it, and this is not going to be. This may not be the final version. It's the usual when it comes to the job. I've added art practice to my weekly routine. Ooh, awesome! So is it drawing like sketches or painting? What type of art is it?
Breaking one of these days. Heavy.
I already wasn't liking that.
Breaking one of these days. Heavy chains.
I wasn't liking that one either.
Breaking one of these days. Heavy chains. Turn and walk away. Heavy chains. Turn and walk away. Turn and walk away. Turn and walk away. Turn and walk away.
Figured that little scream at the end of it would just enhance it all the more. Oops. I'm in the right channel. Right now, sketching and inks, specifically faces. I'm trying to learn more art skills for the comic series. Okay, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I am currently right now. I'm trying to just find time to balance all of what I'm doing right now. It's not terrible. It's just, I mean, I don't have many days off these days, so I just try to take the time as it comes to trying to do well at what I'm already doing. But I've got a lot of other projects I want to do, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to actually get through to it. I actually do a really good sketch of Chara last week. I need to ink it. That'd be awesome, man. Looking forward to seeing it. So let's hear what we got so far.
Broken needle, familiar evil. It never seems to far away. Never see it. Tell me that I need it. Destructive cravings, dumb and to play. See it big, blood inside, and the look that's inside. That the dark traces burn away. See red glowing eyes in the shadows of my mind. Yeah, I'm wishing you would just go away. Heavy chains, never just go away. Chains, bringing my hell of pain. Heavy chains, breaking one of these days. Heavy chains, turn and walk away.
That sounded pretty good so far. Now I just need to think of what would work for a second verse. Like I said, I want to have a more hopeful turn for the second verse, and naturally, because I believe that ultimately salvation and the determiner of our eternal destiny is in whether or not we believe in Jesus the Christ or not. But also, I believe that that also allows us to reach the fullest of human potential, because that our reuniting with our Creator makes it to where we're empowered to live out to an extent the creative call that we were given. And so I want to refer to that as, like, ultimately true freedom is found in Jesus. And so I want to try to drive that point home, at least in some way, in the second verse. And so, if you don't mind me sitting, like, ruminating on this for a second, just bear with me. And if you have any suggestions on, how exactly to approach that angle, sound off in the comments. I would love to hear you guys' feedback or suggestions. If you like these types of videos, let me know. If you wish I would do something different on the weekly live streams, let me know. Your feedback is important to me. So, yeah. I'm going to grab a piece of paper real quick and a pen, and I will be back in just a second. All right. All right, I'm back for at least a moment. Instead of a piece of paper, I just ended up finding the tablet that I use for live shows. So I'm going to use that. Let me open a Drive app and see if I can. Oh wait, no, that's just Google Drive. Oh wait, here's Docs. That works. So I already have that. I need to switch accounts. Let's see, I'm thinking starting second verse off with always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting. Like, to just give an idea as to what the struggle really feels like. Because to one extent or another, as somebody who's recovered from a certain kind of addiction, pornography specifically, it's not just that, like, I'm clean and then it's not, I never have a thought about it anymore. There still are days where a craving will come or whatever like that, and I have to still practice things that I learned whenever, I was on the road to recovery, because, you do your best to try to, be preventative. You try to be wise to avoid situations where a temptation will come, but sometimes it just hits you. And there are people of other types of, addiction recoveries that still say, alcoholics who haven't had a drink in decades still will have times where a craving hits them and they have to, they end up, falling back into that old habit. I'm not necessarily one that says once an addict, always an addict, but it is something that you still got to be careful of, because the devil knows us better than we'd like to think, and we will find ourselves in a really dubious spot if we're not staying vigilant. All right. I'm still recovering myself, I get it. Better than I have before, but not quite there yet. I understand, man, and I mean, you're doing your best. The Lord forgives you however many times that is needed for whenever you may mess up. And that's stuff that I try to let people know of when I'm talking to them or they're listening to, say, one of my songs. I had a couple of people actually open up to me during audio feed, since they were there for my set and they heard songs like Garbage and Heavy Chains 2. And I went to explaining those songs. Those folks felt like they could open up to me about what they were struggling with. I got to pray with them and share some stuff that I've learned on the road to recovery and just encourage people. It's like it will feel like a long trek out. Thankfully, by the grace of God, a 5-mile walk into the woods is not a 5-mile walk out of the woods, but it is a process. It takes healing from things that we had gone to, whatever we're addicted to, in order to try to numb the pain that we're feeling, whatever pain we're feeling that. And it also takes replacing the destructive habits with better ones, developing new habits, and recognizing things that just may trigger you in a natural sense. There is a inner world and an outer world to manage on these things, and it's a process. But if you take every time that you mess up as a learning opportunity, run to the Lord, pray for forgiveness and everything, and of course He will walk through Him with it on what that whole situation was about, and analyze the moment where you faltered and see what you can learn from it, so that you can prevent it from happening the next time. That's my encouragement to you and everybody else who may be watching this during or after the fact, that if you're struggling with any sort of addiction and to do and the process that it takes in order to get to freedom. All right, so probably going to need to have this in a portrait orientation. So, always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting. Steven says, thanks, brother. Absolutely, man. I'm here for you. Let's see, what is it? Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting. Shoot, dunta dunta for better days. For the promise of better days. So always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Always seeking. I might even change this, but always seeking. Trying to think of something that actually rhymes with that. Always seeking. I might want to. Here we go. Mind renewing. Mind renewing, changing what I'm doing. Mind renewing, changing what I'm doing. I feel like it should be to set this. I don't know. Maybe I'll change that. Because I'm keeping the same rhyme scheme for as it was in the first verse. So it's like AAB, AAB. You know, it's like always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Mind renewing, changing what I'm doing. That's a slant rhyme, but it'll work. Mind renewing, changing what I'm doing. To let's see. Mind renewing, changing what I'm doing. Let's say to set the path behind me ablaze. Because I'm not wanting to... I was never good at poetry or songwriting. I'm sorry, I can't think of anything. That's okay. You're just kind of seeing me in real time kind of ruminate on this. And I might not even have this as my final... I might not even have this as the final draft. But it's something. Before moving on to the next part, I'll go ahead and like record this part. So, yeah, pull this up here. Here we go.
Fighting, clawing, and I'm fighting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm fighting for the promise of better days.
Why does that sound terrible?
Fighting, clawing, and I'm fighting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm fighting for the promise.
Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting.
Always fighting, clawing, and I'm fighting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm fighting. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm fighting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm fighting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm fighting for the promise of better days.
Ended up getting stuck on the wrong application there.
For the promise of better days. I'm renewing, changing what I'm doing. Just set the path behind me a place.
Ooh, that's too many hard consonants. That's going to be tough to do. I need to... I need to rewrite that. Let's see here. Changing what I'm doing. Let's try this out. For victory to be on display.
For the promise of better days. I'm renewing, changing what I'm doing. For victory to be on display.
Another burp.
For the promise of better days. I'm renewing, jump. For the promise of better days. I'm renewing, jump.
I don't know why I want to say show me what I'm doing. That's not what I wrote.
For the promise of better days. I'm renewing, changing what I'm doing. For victory
first verse. Or not first verse.
Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Always always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days.
Dinner's ready. I'm heading out. All right. You have a great night, Steven. Thank you for joining the stream. You have a great night, man.
Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Always fighting, clawing, and I'm biting for the promise of better days. Mind renewing, changing what I'm doing for victory to be on display.
Let's see. I think I just got an idea for what the next section would be. I see the Savior on high and the death that he died. Let's see, it's his Savior on high and the death that he died. To for the ransom let's see, it's his Savior on high of eternal days. I'll dig my heels in the dirt and endure through the hurt by the grace that I lay hold of by faith. Let's try that out.
Victory to be on display. 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 Victory to be on display.
Well, looks like I'm gonna have to re-record that one then.
Victory to be on display.
That was close. Almost there. Sweet. And then it'll go and then it'll go into the heavy chains chorus. With that, I think this will be a good stopping point. Thank you to everybody who joined the chat, who joined me on... I got a chat and everything, but this is... At Christian Metalhead. Yo, what's up? Hey, how you doing, man? I'm just getting to where I'm starting to kind of, like, wrap things up on here, but thank you for joining, and I'll probably stay on for just a few minutes longer, but Thank you, That Christian Metalhead 202 on Twitch, for following and joining. Thank you to everybody who has joined the stream on all the different platforms, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, and Kick as well. But this will be where I kind of start to wrap things up, and I think we got a lot done. We had a verse and a chorus re-recorded, and we also had a verse and a pre-chorus written and recorded. So now it'll get to where we're in the process where we'll start cleaning up vocals, start balancing out instruments, and making it to where it sounds like it's supposed to, and everything. Because I know some people were kind of mentioning last week, whereas like, hey, this could use a little more bass, and I certainly agree. It, like I said, I'm just working on getting the skeleton together and the smaller details of the writing before I start getting into the weeds of mixing and balancing everything out. Good, man. How are you? No problem. And there's little Stitch memes or Stitch emotes. That's great. But yeah, this was a lot of fun, and thank you guys for coming on. David, I don't know if you're still on the stream, but it was awesome to be able to get to chat with you a little bit. Yeah, if you are enjoying the content, let me know in the comments, either during the streams or afterward. Let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. Is this a time slot that works all right for you, or is it a day and time that needs to be adjusted so you'll be able to see this and catch this live? Is this the type of content that you find interesting? Are you interested in seeing the nuts and bolts of a song coming together, or would you like me to do something different? And don't even necessarily need to know what it is. Just say like, I'd like to see you try something else on here. And whenever I'm live, I encourage people, if you want to start discussion, send feedback or ask questions. This really is an excuse just to interact with people who follow me on these platforms. And, working on a song does kill two birds with one stone, but it's more or less to give me something to do while people are watching and have the chance to interact with me directly, because I could do this without having to go live. But definitely send comments and feedback and everything. I would also like to encourage you, consider following me on social medias, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. It's all the same handle, at Firebrand Metal, Firebrand with a Y. And check out my website, firebrand.site, and my Bandcamp. And I would also encourage you to consider partnering with me on Patreon if you love the project and it's something that you feel like it is kind of worth that to you and everything. That's a place where you can help the project go a little farther than where it's at right now. But thank you guys so much. Be praying for us and let me know how I can be praying for you. And I'll be keeping you guys updated, and either through social media or my email list if you are subscribed to that as well. Until next time, love you guys, and until then, Firebrand out.